your babies?
7 and 5.
What are their names?
Devin Jameson and Mattis Killian McCullough. Now, what's funny is their middle names. We're never telling them this until they graduate or in college. Their middle names are the alcohol that we happen to be drinking when we made them. A lot of people don't know that. So
Awesome.
Devin Jameson, we were drinking Jameson the night we made Devin.
Love it.
And the night that we made Mattis, we were drinking Killian's Irish Red.
That is funny.
My son, Jack Margarita Butler. He always wondered where that came from. Kidding. So how did you ask her to marry you?
I was in Afghanistan.
It's a long-distance proposal?
Yeah, I did it by email.
Did you really?
Yeah. I just couldn't wait. You know, I was at that point where I thought about it. And, you know, you can't make a ton of phone calls. Where we were, you couldn't make a lot of phone calls. There was no phone. There were certain ways that you could dial out through the phones which was running through the network, or if you had somebody that had a satellite phone, but you couldn't really talk. And I just couldn't wait until I got home. I just was like, you know what? I think what it was is for me, I had asked a huge commitment from her. I knew, so I got asked to deploy with this unit, 1st Marines, 2 weeks before they deployed. And Kim and I were living together at that time, but it was still a very fragile kind of moment in our relationship. It could have been very fragile. And I looked at her and I says, hey, I got orders to move to Pendleton. And of course not, you know, and she's like, well, okay, great. When are you leaving? Thinking normally if you get orders, you got a little while, you got 3 to 6 months, and then we could figure out something. I was like, well, technically I'm leaving in 2 weeks, but I'm going straight to Afghanistan. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I'm going straight to Afghanistan. And when I get back, and she's like, well, how long? I was like, well, I'm going to be in Afghanistan for a year. But when I get back, I'll be at Pendleton. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, that's not what, you know, like I just, in my mind, that this whole game had worked out a totally different way. And I says, no, look, I want you to go with me. I know it's asking a lot. You have a great job here. You have a house here. You have your life here. You've been here for years. I need you to go with me. And she said yes.
Aww.
So when I was in Afghanistan, I had come back I had been outside the wire for a little bit. I came back and I was sitting at my desk and I sit down to, you know, on my email, and I just couldn't wait until R&R or anything else. And I was like, I love you. This is where I stand. I can't see myself not on this path with you. Will you marry me? And she, you know, by email, which is so freaking weird. I just get back, you know, 3 letters. Yes. Oh wow, it's so impactful. It was, yeah.
It was just one word response?
Yeah.
Direct, straight to the point.
You poured out your heart and everything. And
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah.
sure.
I put it all out there.
Yeah.
Put it all out there. And then she sent me a video of some crazy horse, Shadow, which we still have. And she's like, oh, by the way, since you're gone, and you know, I'm lonely, I got a free horse. No such thing as a free horse, just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they are. Almost as bad as
Wow.
kids, and like they don't do any chores. Like that's what pisses me off. It's like, take out the trash. Horses won't do it. There's, you know, no, okay, I'll just.